Hello everybody, merry meet. It's that time of the week again. Would you like to pull up a chair and sit round the cauldron for a chat? How are you all? I hope you've all had a good day and that the week ahead is looking good. We're going to do our usual three cards spreads tonight. And I want to touch, because I have to find something to talk about, and as Mr. Grinch tells me, I'm never short of something to talk about. But superstitions. I was thinking the other day, I'm sending something somewhere, and I was thinking about the way I'm attaching it is part of a superstition. So I thought we'll have a little chat about superstitions, what some people find unlucky, what other people don't. So before we get into that, I've given these a really, really good shuffle. It takes ages because I can't hold them now because I've no strength in my hands. So I have to spread them all out, but they're really well shuffled, really well. So, okay, so I'll take them from random places in the deck. Okay, I'm not going to be too precious about it. Just there they go. 1, 2, 3. One pile. 1. That one's to come out there. 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, shaky today. Really bad shakes. Oh, right. So there's the 3 readings, mini readings, 3 card. Now, if you haven't done this before, look at the piles. Keep looking at them, or you keep looking away, but you want to go back to that one. Is it that, you want to look away, but you think, no, I keep getting drawn back to that. Some people use all of them as a reading, because sometimes they'll say to me, all those cards you put on, if I bump into somebody in town, they'll say, all those cards, they all made sense to me. Well, that's fine. You can take them all as a reading if you want to, and they make sense. If nothing makes sense, don't try and make it fit. Don't try and make it fit what's going on in your life at the moment. Come back next time, and one of the piles might relate to you. You might think, yeah, that's it. That's meant for me. That's what I'm going through at the moment. Okay? So I'll let you keep glancing at those until you find one that you're happy with. Superstitions. Now, all of my family think I'm completely mad, because if, no matter where we are, if I see one magpie and there are any of the boys or the grandchildren or whatever with me, I shout, spit! And everybody lifts 2 fingers up towards the mouth and goes, and spits 3 times. Now, to me, it was passed on. It was an old Jewish tradition that wards off evil. Greek people do it, I believe, particularly at weddings. Sometimes it's not just, they go, tusu, 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 spit 3 times. So it seems a bit strange spitting at somebody on the wedding day, but that's how they do it. So if I see one magpie, I'll spit 3 times. If anything, breaking a mirror, you name it, and I will spit 3 times, and that'll ward off any evil. I mean, I haven't broken a mirror for many, many years, but, if I broke a mirror tomorrow, I would spit 3 times. It's fine. I've done the spitting. I say it's a Jewish or a Greek. Do you know people from other places that do it? I don't know. You can buy, to ward off the evil eye, they sell them in Turkey. I have one a friend brought back for me, and it's it looks like a bullseye made out of glass. There's blue and white and a darker blue centre, and you hang those in your window. Again, it's just a superstition. It hangs in the lounge window on one of the candle holders that I have. Red ribbon. Again, lots of other people, lots of other cultures have this same superstition. Even though, because all my boys are Christian, they were baptised Roman Catholic, go to Roman Catholic schools. My grandchildren are going to Roman Catholic schools. But when they were little, it was my late hubby, and he said, when he put the medal on the child's pram. I said, what? He said, when you're putting a medal on the child's... I said, what are you talking about, a medal on the child's pram? You need some red thread and a medal. I said, what sort of a medal? Well, a miraculous medal. Like, I would have known that. And because I'm not a Catholic. So we'd to go to the shop at the back of the church and buy a miraculous medal. And on every pram and every buggy, I sewed it on with red thread, and there was a little miraculous medal on the pram so that it kept the child safe and kept the evil eye away. But if you had said to my late husband, "Oh, you're superstitious," he said, "I am not." Well, he wouldn't have been as polite about it as that, but I am not. I said, "Well, what about the red? Just do it. There you go. Just do it." It's I still say, if one of my grandsons and his girlfriend are expecting, so when they have the baby, we'll go round and sew a little thing on the pram. Our Josh will think, no, my nana's gone mad, but there you go. So red thread is a thing for some people. New shoes, never. Everybody must know this one. Never put new shoes on a table, ever. And if you do, spit 3 times. Now you know what to do. But never put new shoes on a table. I remember doing it once when I was fairly little. My grandmother nearly had a thrombosis because I put new shoes, and they were black shoes, which for some reason makes it worse. I'm not sure why, but to put black shoes, new shoes on a table, oh my God. New Year's Eve, the first footing, somebody has to come through your door with a plate with a coin or coins on it, some bread, some salt, and when we had coal fires, a piece of coal, so that you would always have money, heat, and food for the year ahead. But it had to be someone with dark hair. Had to be. So our Paddy hasn't done it past couple of years, but you've got to find Paddy's the only one of my boys with dark hair. So he'll have to get dragged into doing that. But plus the fact New Year's Eve, he'll probably be out celebrating somewhere. But anyway, that's another common one. It's got to be someone with dark hair. Touch wood. Touch wood, quick, something happens, touch wood, and it won't, so that's, again, a very common one. Touch wood. If your hand itches, right for receiving, left for leaving. If your right hand itches, scratch it on wood. Now, when I'm out and about, my walking stick is wooden, made of wood with a silver handle, so I can scratch my hand on that. If your left palm itches, ignore it if you can, or scratch it on anything other than wood. If you scratch your left hand with something wooden, it means that left for leaving, it means that you're going to lose money or you're going to be short of cash. So you just scratch it like that or on a bit, but you never would you rub it on wood. But if your right hand itches, scratch it on a piece of wood, a table, a chair, it doesn't matter. And that means that you'll get money. Money will come into your palm. That sort of thing. Another common one, salt. You spill salt, throw a pinch over your shoulder. Now that, you throw it over your left shoulder because, sorry, I have to take a slurp of my magic drink every so often. Salt over your shoulder. You throw it over your left shoulder because that's where the devil stands. Now, I'm not sure why the devil prefers a view from over your left shoulder, but apparently he does. So if you've spilt some salt, before the devil can grab you and take you off to hell, really, for being a wastrel and spilling salt, bear in mind that salt was at one time was used as currency. You get a pinch of salt and throw it over your shoulder, it goes in the devil's eye, and he goes away and leaves you alone. Just really, some of them are just good luck, but salt was a precious commodity at one time. Another old favourite, walking under a ladder. The reason for that being the wall, the ladder, and the floor form a triangle. Triangle, Holy Trinity. So if you walk under the ladder, it's almost like blaspheming. You're mocking the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. So that's why you're never supposed to walk under a ladder. Another one that's well known, breaking a mirror. I've broken mirrors in the past, and yes, I've gone, but nobody I know has ever had 7 years bad luck. when they've broken a mirror, but people are very, very superstitious about that. And once I got a message saying on Facebook saying, I've just broken a mirror, what shall I do? Sweep up the pieces and put them in the bin. What do you mean, what should you do? Well, it's bad luck. I said, it's only bad luck if you think it's bad luck. If you don't think it's bad luck, then it isn't. You can bring things on yourself. You know, you've got to be practical, really. Don't pass anybody on the stairs. Again, I'm not sure what misfortune that brings on you, but you'll have an argument with that person, I think. So you stand back and you let somebody come down the stairs before you go up them, and then everything will be nice and harmonious, and you won't have a row, apparently. But it's there are a lot of positive things that people do as well. It's gnomes. Gnomes are, and yes, I do believe in the little people. Gnomes are, they burrow underground. They mine for jewels, for gold, for silver. If you follow Lord of the Ring, for mithril. But the gnomes are very, very lucky. And so if you see a gnome, you rub his hat 3 times. Now, this little fella, when it's Irish Lottery Day, I have a habit of touching certain things. And, you know, I've had him, I don't know how long. This one, my granddaughter Leah got me. So, again, on a Wednesday, and I said, rub the gnome's hat for luck. Now, I remember, again, my late hubby, wasn't in tune with all this sort of thing. He really wasn't. And he said one day, what are you doing? I said, I'm rubbing the gnome's hat for you. What? I said, I'm rubbing the gnome's hat for luck. Oh, wait up, lizard lips. He said, get away with you rubbing the gnome's hat for luck. Good God. He actually went to the pub and they all had a great laugh because Jimmy's wife was rubbing the gnome's hat for luck. He wasn't laughing the next morning when I put £1 on 3 numbers on the Irish lottery and won 300 quid. He said, what? I said, here, I've been to for me winnings. And where's that bloody gnome? He said, where is it? Yeah, every time he went out, if he was playing cards or dominoes, he rubbed. It was caused a lot of hilarity because he was so not into that sort of thing. But he did that from then on because he wasn't having me winning money. Now, I could suddenly decide to touch every blessed object in the house and go around, and I do. I touch certain things and whatever. And Mr. Grinch doesn't bat an eyelid. He thinks that's okay. That's what we do. Lovely. Whatever. But it was just so funny because, late hubby was just not into that at all. Not at all. Now, I mentioned a while ago the sewing things on with red thread. Sometimes people carry things with them. He was a wagon driver. Late hubby was a wagon driver, and he had some things on his keys, on the car keys, and when he was having, doing something in a wagon, he would hook them on, the wagon keys, onto his, and onto his keyring I put it's a tiny little thing, but again, it was tied on with red thread, and I'm in the middle of doing that because I'm going to send something to somebody. So remember, red thread. What's some good signs since we've had the devil's going to steal you because you sold your salt and blah, blah, blah? Oh, black cats. People think it's bad luck why? But anyway, they do. But again, spit 3 times. See, it's a cure-all. Sorry, having another slurp. What are some good things? Rainbows. Again, anybody that knows me knows I am completely bonkers about rainbows. And again, I'm very blessed. Mr. Grinch, if it's sunny and there's rain, all of a sudden, and sometimes he has to haul me up off the bed to get me to the window to see the rainbow. Love rainbows. Very, very good sign, I think. But if you again asking for a sign from someone in spirit, ask them to send you a rainbow. As well as the evil eye, the thing from Turkey, the bullseye glass thing for warding off the evil eye, you can put a witch bottle somewhere near your door. It only needs to be a small bottle. You can put in it pins, thread, little buttons, a little pentacle, if you're of the craft. You can use your own urine to put in it. I know, ew, but it's been done for centuries, and you put that somewhere near the door of your home. So a bad spirit or one of the, the brownies or the pixies or whatever, sees the bottle and it's so intent on playing with the things or looking at things in the bottle, it'll forget all about coming into your house and making a mess and tricking you, that sort of thing. So you can have a witch bottle. Black obsidian. You go to, I call them hippie shops, but black obsidian near your door is, and the hippie shops have they have turquoise, they have rose quartz, they have just something that sort of size, and just put it on the floor near your door. Be careful you don't vacuum it up. Done that a few times. But now again, this rose quartz, this is special because my son and daughter-in-law bought it for me. So I choose to have this one in with my cards. But again, you can put rose quartz. That's rose quartz denotes love. So you want things to be nice and harmonious in your house. Piece of black obsidian will keep a house safe, and put some rose quartz with it, and it'll keep everything harmonious. Salt. Now, it's a famous thing. Every film, good Lord, seems to have people using salt. I know, what was the series called? Supernatural, thank you. They used to put salt on the door, on the windowsills to keep demons out. Yes, you can do that. You can put a line of salt along your doorstep. Cinnamon is very good for protection as well. But if you think anything, if you see a stone and you think, that's lovely, I'm going to put that near my door because I think that stone's lucky, do it. Whatever feels right to you, do that. Don't let anybody say to you ever, you shouldn't be doing that. That's ridiculous. What are you doing that for? Do they live in your house? No. Do they pay your bills? No. Then shut up. I'll do what I want. Whatever makes you feel safe, you do that. And now remember, spit 3 times and it wards off just about everything. But also, I talk about signs a lot. I talk about asking your loved ones in spirit for signs. Ask for a rainbow. Now, somebody out there is going to say, really, ask for a rainbow? What if the weather isn't right that day? More than one way of getting a rainbow. Sometimes I'll think, I need a rainbow. I need a bit of, is this going to work? Is that going to work? So, no rainbow that day. Not enough sun, not enough rain. So, you might be scrolling through Facebook and somebody puts a picture on of a rainbow. Still counts. Now, they didn't know that that was going to mean something to you. They just saw the picture, they liked it, and they put it on Facebook. You've seen it, so you've seen your rainbow. Your loved one in spirit has done what you asked, and they've sent you your rainbow. You might be watching a YouTube video. There might be a rainbow in that. Spirit will find a way to send the signs that you've asked for, because they want you to know that they're still there. They're still part of your family, and they still love you, and they are aware of what is going on around you. So when you ask for a sign, you can ask for something as out there as a rainbow, and they'll do it if they they will. I was going to say if they can, but they will. They'll find a way. Spirit find a way to do most things, and that's my passion, is letting people know that your family, because they've gone on in front of you, they've not left you, they've not abandoned you, they're no longer your family, they don't love you anymore. That's nonsense. They're still your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your grandma. They love you just as much as they did, and they're around you all the time. So again, I know we're tying it into superstitions, but when things like rainbows, if you want reassurance and a rainbow is your thing, you can still ask for it. They'll find a way to show you a rainbow. Right, so let's have a look at these cards and see what we can see. Oh, that's nice. Oh, spiritual unions and whoa, wow. Well, if you picked this pile of cards, you're all right. Now, harmony. Yes, a couple loving, gazing into each other's eyes lovingly, etc., etc. They've got their hands touching, perhaps there's a trellis with flowers, or they're being hand-fasted maybe, who knows. But it means either getting your current relationship on a better footing. Have you been disagreeing about things? Have you been guilty of not looking at the other person's point of view maybe? That's coming to me, so I'm going to say it. But things are going to calm down. There's been some ups and downs, been a bit of trouble of late, a few disagreements in the family, and they've affected you. That's going to ease, that's going to go. And one of the reasons it's going to go is keep out of trouble within your family. Let them sort it out themselves. There you go. So everything's going to be harmonious. This one, look at that now. We've got harmony, spiritual union, lovely card. Again, coming together with somebody, understanding each other, knowing what they're going to say before they say it, loving somebody enough to nurture them and take care of them. And it also means, I say, because it says spiritual union, getting back into your belief system. Have you not been to church for a while? Have you not been to mass? Have you not been to the mosque? Have you not been to the temple? If you're a Buddhist, it's time to reconnect. It's time to reconnect and thank whichever higher power you worship. Thank them for the harmony that's coming into your relationship and coming into your life. You love one another. You're realising how much you mean to one another, but also just, this has come from somewhere. You've had help from above. So go and say thank you as well. Firm foundation. Now, the only thing about this card, a large portion of my disabilities are from my back. And I always think when I see this, because the red, but if you've got a bad back, for goodness sake, watch what you're doing for the next few days. Because that always reminds me of that, because it's red and it's at the, just be careful if you have a bad back. Now, it's time to get things on, as the card literally says, a firmer foundation. Everything's loved up at home. You've got a deeper understanding of maybe the universe, a better understanding of your partner. It's time to move on, and it's time to get things on a firm foundation, and it's time to not rule anything out. Do you need to move so that one of you can get a better job? If you want the money, if you want the lifestyle that you'd love to have, well, you're going to have to give in on some things. You need to get things on a firm foundation. Or you're living in a house every 6 months, you've got to sign a new lease. No, that's not good. That's stressing you out. It's time to look for a new property that'll give you a longer lease, or it's time to try and get the money together to buy your house. But whatever is going to come over the next 6 months, I would say, it's going to be wonderful. Changes are afoot. Aren't you lucky? Don't forget to say thank you to Spirit, to the universe, or to whoever you worship. Right. Number 2. Let me get that. Resting, spiritual, mental. Oh, you're doing that to yourself. Anywho, let's start with this one. It's time to take a back seat. And first of all, you're doing far too much. But you're doing far too much for too many other people. Enough already. You've enough to do for yourself and your own family. And the more you do for some people, the more they'll expect you to do it. So it's time you said, look, I'm not doing that for you anymore because you're wearing me out. Off you go. Sort your own troubles out. Sounds mean. It's not. Sometimes people just need to be told, a little bit bluntly, go, sort it out yourself. I'm not sorting it out for you anymore. Off you go. Because you're exhausting yourself. Where are those people when you need them? I'll tell you, nowhere to be seen. So it's time. You need to rest. You need to build yourself up again. You've gone through some things over the past few weeks that have really knocked you for six, and it's time you sat back and took some time. Go away. If it's only for a couple of days, if it's only for a weekend, go away. Better scenery, a change of scenery. It doesn't have to be anywhere exotic. Go to Blackpool for a couple of days. Love Blackpool. Go there for a couple of days. Just get away. And then you can think about what you want to do instead of thinking about what everybody else wants you to do. What we were talking about a minute ago. It's time to, get back in touch with the spiritual side of yourself. It's time. You're going to be blessed. The universe, spirit, whoever you worship, they're going to bless you. And Buddha there, I think that's Buddha, is holding up. Now that beam has got some fairly heavy duty cracks in there, and he's holding it up. He's taking the weight literally. You've relied on your religion. You've relied on your beliefs to get you through. Well, now it's time to say thank you. Donate to a charity. Go to church and help with, help anything, with anything. Just get back in touch and say thank you. Whoever sent you, and you're going to need them still for the next few weeks, but you're going to be absolutely fine. This is what we want to get rid of. Thank you very much. Mental conflict. Oh, you have a really good idea, and within 10 minutes you've talked yourself out of it. I don't know how you do it, but you have a wonderful idea. Well, I could go there and I could do this. Now, I could get this job, but I might have to do a bit of college work, but, I don't want to do. And then before you know it, you've talked yourself out of it. Stop doing that, please. You're giving yourself just a headache. No wonder. You've all these people draining your energy. You've got your spiritual side trying to help and trying to calm you down, and the universe or whoever's trying to send you good things or whatever. Mental conflict. You're talking yourself out of things. You're worrying, you're fretting, you're losing sleep. It's time to make a list of the things that are important in life. Just the important things. Then next to that, write all the things that aren't important. And, if one side of that list is the good things, if they outweigh the bad things, and I'll bet you they do, then you know what to do. You know which direction to take. Make a list. I had a friend, I do it too sometimes, I had a friend who swore in that method. Whenever she had a decision to make, she made a list. And then based on pros and cons, she either said, yes, I'll do that, or no, I won't. And it didn't do her any harm over the years. So stop talking yourself into nothing, into worry and stress. And enough. Concentrate on yourself. Number 3. Love that card. It reminds me of one of my sons, Alex. When he was little, his nickname was Little Lion. So, weird. I know, we have weird names for our kids, but yeah. So, again, power. Now, look at these. Really, really good cards. Now, let's start off with this fella. It's time to realise, literally, how powerful you are. And again, listening to other people, if you listen to them, you'd think that you hadn't got one brain cell and that you couldn't make a decision for yourself. It's time to step into your power. It's time to realise how strong you actually are. Now, just look back for a bit. Not for too long. We're not going backwards. We'll look at, just look back and think over the past few months, past couple of years. God, look at all the things I've come through. And I'm still here. And I'm still going. Yes, you are. There, that's you. There. Lion. Strength. Absolutely. You need to find that strength again. Because you've got choices and you've got better things coming. You don't want to miss out on them. You've got to step into your power. You've got to own that power. You've got to realise how strong you actually are, because you are about to have, movement, choices and decisions. You've got a lot of decisions to make. Will you notice that those are kind of rainbow colours? Sorry, it's the theme now. You've got choices to make. See, we've got romance, we've got money, we've got things developing and sprouting. Is it time to, I mentioned a minute ago, is it time to move a little distance away so you won't have to travel so far if you apply for a new job? Whatever it is. Maybe if you move to somewhere else, you wouldn't have so much petrol money to pay out because the cost of petrol, good Lord. You've got decisions to make. You need to be strong enough to make those decisions. And if other people don't like the decisions you've made, I'm really sorry, but they're not living your life. You are. And they might not understand, but if it feels right to you, do it. Would they change their life plan to suit you? Absolutely chuffing not. So you do what you want to do because you're powerful and strong enough to make the right decisions. And then, lovely card, love that. Hope, bright light. Things, bright light, the light in your hands, in the card, on the card, she's cupping that in her hands. You've got it, it's there, it's yours. The bright light, the success. You know, look at all the things that are costing you money, cut them back a bit. Are you going to get a promotion at work? Yes, because you're not going to be scared to speak up. You're going to roar and say, I want that job. Don't overlook me. I can do that. There you go. Success. It's coming. It's time. It's high time. You had some success in your life and it's going to come. Choices. Wonderful decisions. You're a lion, not a cat. You're a lion. Okay? Big changes are on the way. Be ready for them. So I hope that those mini readings made sense to you. Thank you for sitting and listening to me waffle. Would you please like this video and maybe subscribe? It's free to subscribe. Would you share the video, and then maybe other people would like to come and see readings and listen to a daft old witch rabbit on. Have a good week, people, and remember, most importantly, be kind to each other.